Is a couple of minutes past 8, but here we are. Good morning to you. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And today, it's tropical moisture that's the big story. There's an area of low pressure off of our east coast that's trying to form. Over the course of the next couple of days' time, it's actually going to sweep across our area, work into the Gulf, and it has the potential for tropical development. Okay, the Hurricane Center's 8 o'clock update gives it a 10% chance of forming tropically over the next 2 days' time and a 30% chance of developing over the next 7 days' time. Couple of things here. First and foremost, the development chances are not high. So that's first. Second thing is, even if it were to develop, it does not look like it's going to become any kind of a big, powerful system whatsoever, which is definitely good news. But what it's going to do, no matter development or not, is it's going to bring a lot of rain to us here in Central Florida. So here's kind of another way to look at it, okay? There's the area of low pressure off of our east coast, building that moisture for us. Over the course of today, over the course of tomorrow, as it crosses the peninsula, it just throws rain chances. It brings moisture. And then once it gets into the Gulf, that's where the waters are very, very warm. That's, of course, where we have the opportunity to start seeing it bubbling up and developing tropically. Now, as far as we see it, there's the kind of overall ideas that we've got here. All right. On the one hand, you've got the chance for it to ride along the northern coast and spend very little time over the Gulf. And if that's the case, the development chances are going to be very, very low. However, it looks like it's kind of taking the middle or even the lower path, which means that it has more time over the very warm waters of the Gulf. Thus, it has an opportunity to develop. The question is, does it take that middle or that lower path, giving the majority of time out there? Okay, so that's kind of the stuff that we're watching this morning. Now, we're going to get much more in depth with kind of the overall setup there, but I do want to start by looking at our morning this morning. All right, lots of clouds over top of us. Our first warning live Doppler radar is nice and quiet, at least over most of us. Now, there's a lot of moisture, okay? So just kind of looking over here into Brevard County, I, it may be some light showers there in Brevard County. Yeah, it looks like there may be some light showers there in Brevard County. Let's see, is Tampa see, Tampa's not even hardly picking up on it. So it's tough. So another thing that I'll add is the National Weather Service radars in Melbourne and Jacksonville are down. So in this case, it looks like there may be some kind of like misty showers across Brevard County. Yeah, that's probably and the struggle is the nearest radar site to the National Weather Service office that's working is Tampa, so it's completely missing those showers. Okay, but anyway, we've got showers around kind of Volusia County, down here into Brevard along the St. Johns River Basin. But look off the shoreline. First off, that's the cluster of storms from last night. And then, of course, in that area there, just outside of our radar's current range, we haven't tweaked it up or anything to long range mode, but that's where kind of that area of low pressure is right now. So it's there. It's helping to bring moisture our direction. When we look at our futurecast model in terms of how much rain we could be looking at these next couple of days, this is going to be through Thursday morning. Definitely the western areas are more favoring the rain. We're seeing some areas with a half a foot of rain potentially, some areas with 3 to 5 inches of rain potentially. Most of Central Florida getting at least 1 to 2 inches of rain. That's kind of the idea. Now, this is a high resolution model. So you kind of have to understand its strengths and its weaknesses, right? But there's a lot of moisture in our overall forecast. So let's do this. Let's just pause for a second and let's see how this should be playing out in terms of our overall forecast, okay? So through 11, 12 o'clock, a couple of showers around, 1, 2 o'clock, widespread rains, right? 3, 4 o'clock, widespread rains. Notice how it amplifies as it kind of moves off toward the west and off to the south, okay? So could see some stronger storms in there. And that's why for today, from about 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we're calling for impact weather for heavy, heavy rainfall. And yeah, the potential of flooding is definitely going to be there. Damaging wind gusts and even the potential, believe it or not, of some small hail up top. When we look at kind of that overall breakdown, inland from I-95. From 3 to 8, we're under that level 1 out of 5 risk for isolated strong to severe storms. I don't think hail's going to be a significant concern unless some of these get real tall. This is definitely more looking along the lines of a very heavy rain event, and in some of those stronger cells could get some damaging winds. Now, that said, talking about the heavy rainfall component, let's just look at the flooding component the next couple of days, all right? Level 2 out of 4 for all of Central Florida, just about for today and for tomorrow. So, flooding is something that's possible in localized areas for today and tomorrow as that area of low pressure crosses through our area. Okay, does that make sense? So again, when talking about this in a tropical component, we are not looking at anything scary. Area of low pressure out east of us, crossing the peninsula. Once it gets into the Gulf, there is going to be the chance of some of that development. Okay, so let's look at our 7-day forecast. Okay, and let's just kind of balance how this is for our forecast. Okay, so for today, we're looking at essentially a lot of rain around, right? An 80% coverage of rain. Tomorrow, same thing. Wednesday, same thing. Then we start Thursday, Friday, Saturday, getting a little closer to our normals. Okay, we get a little bit closer to our normal rain chances. Now, why is today impact weather when tomorrow and Wednesday are basically the same coverage of rain? We're going to take it day by day just to make sure that that we don't jump the gun, right? We'll look at model data and just kind of see how it is. And I'm going to share with you, of course, that model data in the next couple of seconds time. Just want to kind of get a lay of the land here, okay? So 7-day forecast showing a very wet weather pattern across Central Florida. Okay, now that said, let's look at how the computer models are playing this out, okay? American GFS model. What we're looking at here, just for full transparency, that area of blue there east of us, that's the area of low pressure that we're tracking, all right? This is looking at pressure. So blue, low pressure. The orangish colors, higher pressure, okay? So east of us for now, watch how it kind of crosses the peninsula. That's going to be tomorrow morning. And then by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow overnight, there it is out in the Gulf. The GFS is not showing significant development. It's showing low pressure trying to form right as it moves ashore in Louisiana, um, late Wednesday into early Thursday, all right, around the 16th, 17th. So that's kind of the time frame for that, okay? That's the American GFS model. If we go back one run on the American GFS model, just to see how things are trending, right? Hi, buddy. What are you up to? Okay, yeah, yes. Yes. All right. Play nice, okay? Will you shut this door for me? Play nice. I don't want you to get punched by. Okay. All right. So this is one model run back. Area of low pressure east of us. Area of low pressure out in the Gulf. Maybe the 0Z, the one run back, was a little bit perhaps stronger, but thankfully it does not show anything significant. So that's one run back. Let's go 2 runs back. There it is east of us. We'll go 3 runs back. Yeah. So if anything, it's kind of trended to be a little bit weaker. Nothing significant. That's the bottom line. I don't care what it looks like, as long as it's nothing significant. All right, European model. There it is east of us, crossing over during the day on Tuesday, and then working into Louisiana. Again, not showing significant development. Go back a run. Bring it back to the beginning. Low pressure east. Yeah, so if anything, the Euro one run ago kind of tried to develop it and then fell apart. So either way, the operational models that we're seeing are not showing significant development there. Let's look at the Canadian. Since we're getting into more meso time frames, and it's good to look at all the models. So this is the Canadian Gem. The Canadian Gem looks like it's a stronger model, bringing it into like Volusia County, like 5 a.m. tomorrow. And then look at that. The Canadian model is actually wanting to strengthen it to what looks like, let me just switch this product over to winds. I'm curious. Almost to a tropical storm. So the Canadian model wants to bring it almost to a tropical storm. All right. Let's come back. Let's look at the icon. Low pressure. Da, 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 da. All right. So the icon wants to actually nine. Yeah. Are you serious? Wind speed. Yeah. Okay. So it wants to bring it into a stronger tropical storm. The icon does. We'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. The icon is the outlier, I'll add. All right. So anyway, I mean, if you look at the winds on the GFS, it's weak and sloppy, and it's not. It's not. So that's the good news, right? So we've got models doing their thing. Um, Betty's asking about the Euro AI. Of course, I didn't even think to do that. Stand by. Euro AI back pressure. Okay. All right. Euro AI coming in early tomorrow morning. That's 2 a.m. like Volusia, Brevard, and then bringing it in as a depression. Yeah, Euro AI is a depression. So most every, 4/5 of the models are basically bringing it in as a depression. So not any significant concerns here. That's all that matters. So yes, we're going to see a lot of rain, as seen here on the 7-day forecast, right? Yes, there is the potential for some tropical development, right? The question is going to be, of course, what path exactly does it take, and thus how much of an opportunity does it have to form? Okay. Now, for those of you that are tracking at home with us, because we put out our long range hurricane forecast in March, this does fit the overall weather pattern that we track. Okay. This is what we call the slow Gulf low back in February, at least. There's the highlighted areas for storm impacts. Now, when we talk about this part of the weather pattern, the first hurricane season recycle for it was back June 4th through the 11th. Obviously, we're not highlighting hurricane dates. We're highlighting when this part of the pattern recycles. But look at how July 16th through the 23rd, and then again, August 25th through September 3rd is when this part of the weather pattern is going to recycle. If if I was a betting person, I would say that probably during August 25th to September 3rd, that highlighted stretch of coastline may be dealing with a storm. So we know that this part of the weather pattern is wanting to try and do something, right? You can see it there in that bottom left corner of the screen. Okay, so this fits our long range forecast both in position, location, timing, all that stuff. Okay. So, yeah, definitely something to watch. All right. So, that said, enough of the diatribe. That's the big story. An area of low pressure may form in the Gulf, but it's going to throw a lot of rain to central Florida. Okay. And with that, I'm going to pause from just running my mouth and say good morning to you. What questions do you have? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's see here. How is this storm affecting those on cruises? Thanks to all that you do. Catherine, thank you. I mean, clouds and rain for now, nothing significant. It doesn't seem like any cruise lines making major modifications. So that's the good news there. All right. Good question. Diane says, this is my birthday month, so no storms allowed. Yeah, there's that. Hopefully in August, September doesn't cross east to west as something stronger too. No, I agree with you. That's the first thing that I was thinking is I'm like, oh, you just don't do this. Lisa says, thank you so much for your insight. Of course. Eric's asking for the 825 recycle. Would it still go across Florida east to west? So think of it like a river. The atmosphere has these channels open. So we know that the channel is open along the northern Gulf Coast. How it gets there is kind of up in the air. So I hope it doesn't go Florida east to west, Eric. That's my genuine thing. Yeah. All right. Your coffee talk fashion consultant wants to see your shirt. Is it a flying shirt? It's just a shirt. It's got fish and palm trees and martini glasses. It's just nothing crazy. Patty says we've had about 6 inches of rain in the past few days in my area of Palm Coast and crazy lightning. Yeesh. We've had a lot of rain. And more is definitely on the way. Abby's asking, do you think it will clear up by Thursday morning? So, Abby, remember, when we look at the 7 day forecast, there's going to be a lot of rain around. Now, in terms of like exact timing, you're asking about Thursday morning specifically. There's going to be some showers at all hours, right? But like just look at this afternoon on Futurecast. So we start with plenty of clouds, but then once things get popping, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. It's metro, and then it all wants to kind of push off toward the west. So that's for today. Once it clears out, excuse me for a second.
I can't have this snack because I don't eat snack there. I don't want snack there because it's always I don't want to have this. Daddy.
So are you asking for that for breakfast? What about the apples and peanut butter on the table there?
It's with it.
Go eat those first.
Okay, can you show me how to put this on? Can I eat this?
I said eat the apples and peanut butter first.
Is that how you put Pokemon?
Yeah, but that doesn't do it's just a button. Oh, you want to put it on your body? Hey, good. Well, there you go. You want me to tighten it?
Yeah. Tighten it a little.
Is that better? Oh, wait. Is that better? You just turn that around. You want it tighter?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Oh.
Not too tight? All right, hold on. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Thank you. All right. All right, so there's tonight. Tomorrow, look at that counterclockwise spin there on the right. Okay, so there's the actual area of low pressure trying to come in. So by tomorrow's looking to be kind of a sloppy tropically day as this area of low pressure, right? And our futurecast, and here's what's kind of interesting. If you recall, the models were showing kind of more of a southerly, like a Brevard Volusia. Look at how Futurecast is trying to bring this area of low pressure in around like St. John's, Duval County. So it'll be interesting to see where it actually ends up. But you can see there's a lot of showers around. And then on Wednesday, there's that stuff kind of swapping coasts and moving more toward the East Coast. So Thursday, our futurecast doesn't go out that far, but I would suspect that, we're going to have plenty of an opportunity for rainfall there as well. So long response to your question. I apologize. Would it affect our trip to Universal on Tuesday? I mean, there's going to be rain. Yes, there's going to be rain, but there was going to be rain either way.
Daddy, the survival Alexa is changing colors.
All right, I'll take a look at it, okay?
What?
I don't know. I have to see what it's doing.
Can you do it now?
No, I'm in the middle of something, but I can do it in a couple minutes because I'm talking to people.
What if it makes a fire in the house?
It's not going to make a fire in the house.
Come to life.
If it comes to life, well, it can't do that. It's just a piece of computer.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, it's not come to life.
No.
No, maybe it's taking all the power out.
You have an imagination on you, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You should know what Pokemon is.
I don't, but you'll teach me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, let's see.
It's a Pokemon. It's a
Brian's asking, is there any areas of drought left? So interestingly enough, Brian, look at the numbers site by site because the answer is going to surprise you. The answer is still technically yes. There are spots in Central Florida that are behind where they should be. Daytona Beach, 7.5. It's better than it was a couple days ago. It was 8.5 inches behind. But yeah, Daytona Beach, 7.5 inches behind. Melbourne, 6.25 behind. Basically, the only one that's in a surplus for rainfall is Orlando. So yeah, there's still a deficit in terms of rainfall for Central Florida. Isn't that something? You wouldn't believe it, would you? Man, oh man. Are we going to get enough info to be properly informed? Not by you, but for you. I guess I don't know what you mean, Lori. I don't know what you mean. We lost power in Soto, Orlando. AC now acting funky. I'm sorry. Matt says it's time to fix Daytona's drought numbers. That would be nice. Yes. Very not demure. Thank you, the ghosted woman. I appreciate you. Yeah. Max Overdrive. Yeah, Janice fine. Right? Yeah, no. Nope. Mike. Isn't that funny? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not. That's when Eric would chime in. Yeah. What if it comes to life? That's so now catching up on y'all's comments. That's funny. Supposed to go to Daytona for my birthday, the 17th to the 20th. Is it going to be a total washout? No, listen. 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. You see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, things are going to be trending in the better direction in that time frame. So at least you've got that going for you. Yeah. So that's it. Sonia, it's true though, right? Yeah. All right. So we've got rain around, lots of clouds, lots of showers. All right. Okay. We'll get you taken care of. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day.